What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another FPL video on the channel. And in today's one, we are looking at my Game Week 16 team selection. But of course, before we do get onto that, let's have a quick review of how he performed in Game Week 15. And we'll start things off with my absolutely crazy experience with my Gerard Bowen captaincy with you guys on the live watch-along. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Bowen assist! Yes! Come on! Believe, guys! Believe! Bowen! 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 Krugas! Come on! Let's go! 2-0! Bowen assist! It's an FPL masterclass! Oh shit! No, please don't be offside. Please don't be offside. Please don't be offside. Oh, it's offside. It's offside. It's offside. Oh, a Nuri assist. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not Bowen, but we take it. Stop lying. No, no. Okay, yeah, no. You guys are trolls. You guys are trolls. I hate you guys. I absolutely hate you guys for doing this to me. I hate you guys for doing this to me. Bowen has not scored, man. Stop. Please tell me it's not a joke. Bowen! Yes! Come on! Let's go! Yes! Come on! Yes! Let's go! Gerard Bowen! My captain! My captain! Believe, guys! So yeah, that is pretty much how my Game Week 15 experience went. Things did start off bad, but we pulled it back and it ended on a massive high with the Bowen captaincy in the end. And the live watch along was absolutely crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to say, by the way, a huge shout out to each and every one of you that did tune into that live watch along we did together. It was an absolutely crazy game, and it certainly was a roller coaster ride. But look, I did enjoy it, and it is something I want to do moving forward on this channel, live FPL watch-alongs. Yeah, just watching the game together, I think it would be a pretty decent idea to keep doing moving forward. So look, if it's something that you guys want to see on the channel, live FPL watch-alongs right here on this channel, then please let me know down below in the comments. Smash a like on the video as well, so I just know that it's something you guys want to see moving forward. But yeah, it was a crazy experience, and as you guys can see, the Bowen captaincy did pay off, and it meant that I did get 63 points in the end. Right before that West Ham Wolves game, I started the before that West Ham Wolves game, I had around like 32 points, and then after that game, yeah, I ended on 63 points, which is crazy. And it also meant I did get a huge green arrow from around 1.4 million up to 887k, which is really nice. So hopefully it's a sign of good things to come. Hopefully we can continue to get those green arrows, because I absolutely I need that, right? I need that. Yeah, it feels good to do well in FPL. That's all I can really say. So look, with that being said, the rest of the team, apart from really Palmer and Isak, the rest of the team was pretty poor. I mean, 8 Nuri did get an assist, which was nice. Of course, Palmer did what he did, a huge 18-pointer. Isak getting the 8 points. But yeah, outside of those players, everyone else flopped massively. But look, we have spoken about my team's performance in my reaction video, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Game Week 15. Let's just now move on to my Game Week 16 transfer plans. All right, guys, so as you can see on your screens right now, this is my transfer plan for Game Week 16, and it still is to take out Mikalenko and bring in Levi Colwill. Not much has changed for me. I haven't confirmed this transfer yet, though. I'm just waiting for Friday, to be honest with you guys. I'm waiting for the press conferences, just in case we get any new information that maybe suggests I shouldn't bring in this player. But with that being said, the expectation still for me is to be transferring in Levi Colwill, assuming that everything is okay. And look, for me, the reason why I do want Colwill is simple as this. It's just a fixtures play for me. It really just is a fixtures play, and I think Chelsea as a whole, right, going forward, I like them. Defensively, I do like them. However, I say this quite a lot. I still do think, you know, Sanchez is a big liability for that back line. But overall, I think, look, with these fixtures, I can see quite a few clean sheets in this run of games for Chelsea. And I think I look at Levi Colwill as just a good long-term hold, right? So that's why I do want him. Now, a couple of you guys were saying in the comments for one of my recent videos, right, for my transfer plans video, that I should bring in Cucurella. And I do prefer Cucurella as a pick, right? Because going forward, you know, he gives you that attacking threat. He can get you assists, and I think, you know, when I watch Chelsea play, he actually does sort of get, you know, very advanced in his positioning, right? So he is quite close to goal. He's in those positions where he's putting in crosses into the box that can help him get those assists, right? So I do like Cucurella from the attacking point of view. However, because of his price, because he is priced at 5.1, this is the reason why I can't really bring him in. And the thing is, I've got 1.1 million in the bank. However, as you guys know, in my transfer plans video, I did show you guys and I did tell you guys that I had a plan to bench boost in game week 17. So look, with that being said, I'll quickly show you guys, right? So this is sort of my team for game week 16. If I was to bring in Cucurella, right? So I'll show you my original plan, firstly, which is in game week 7 is to bring in Colwill now. So let's just say we bring in Colwill, sorry, for Mikalenko. So yeah, we bring in Colwill, we bench Mesraoui, and we go into game week 17, right? So in game week 17, I want to bench boost because you guys can see my squad is really, really good. And I want to bring in Robinson for the Southampton at home game, right? So with that being said, if I was to bring in Robinson for 4.7, I've got 0.2 left in the bank. Now, if I do switch Colwill to Cucurella, for example, for 5.1, it then means I don't have enough and I can't get Robinson, and therefore I can't bench boost. So that's why I need Levi Colwill. I need a slightly cheaper option so I can bench boost in game week 17, and I just like the idea of bench boosting in this week because I've got such a good bench but also a really good start in 11, and I just don't know who I would want to bench in this situation, right? So it makes sense for me to bench boost in game week 17 in my opinion, and I feel like that's the plan I'm going to go with. So look, for that reason, that is why I'm going to go with Levi Colwill ahead of Cucurella. So look, with that being said, guys, as I said, it's not being confirmed, but once the press conferences get released on Friday, I will definitely be making that move. But look, with that being said, that's enough on my transfer thoughts. Oh yeah, I just want to clarify as well, actually, I've got 2 free transfers and I'm only using one of them this week. So yeah, just want to make that very, very clear. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to my game week 16 team selection. Alright guys, so let's have a look at my team selection for game week 16, and I also just want to quickly say that I will be giving my thoughts and feelings on the new mystery chip that has been revealed after I show you guys my team, so make sure you guys do keep watching for that one. But with that being said, let's get straight into it, man. We'll start with the defense and the goalkeeper, and in goal we've got David Raya, and then a back three of Gabriel, Aït-Nouri and Levi Colwill, assuming that we do make that transfer. Now look, I want to start off by talking about Arsenal, but more specifically Gabriel, because right now I'm just stuck, right? I'm really, really stuck because Gabriel is an issue, and I'll tell you why. So I'm recording this at the moment an hour before the Champions League game that Arsenal are about to play against Monaco, and I've checked the lineups, I've checked the squad, and he is not involved in the matchday squad. So it's a massive, massive problem because Arteta is just not clear and he doesn't give us definitive answers on players' fitness, right? So with that being said, I know for a fact that even after the press conferences on Friday, I'm still going to be left clueless with what to do with what to do with Gabriel, right? So because of that, I just don't know if I should use a transfer to bring him out or I should just keep him in my team. I genuinely just don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do because we just can't trust Arteta to provide us the information that we need to give us the knowledge on whether we should, you know, transfer in or out a player. Yeah, so with that being said, I just don't really know what to do with Gabriel, right? I think, look, on paper, Everton at home is a really, really good game for Arsenal, and I do expect them to get a clean sheet because Everton going forward are a really poor team. Whether it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whether it's Beto that starts in that number 9 role, yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? They're just poor going forward. I think Ndai is he's a good player and he is a threat going forward, but he's certainly not really the most clinical type of player. And obviously McNeil is obviously capable of you know, producing a bit of magic here and there, but all in all, right, Everton going forward aren't a good team. So I think it's a really good fixture for Arsenal on paper, and I do expect them to win the game pretty comfortably and get that clean sheet. So it is pretty annoying that, you know, that Gabriel, there's a possibility that Gabriel doesn't play, and I just generally don't know what to do with him because I just can't trust Arteta. You know, Arteta could say Gabriel's not ready to play, but then we could see him in the matchday squad. Arteta could also say Gabriel's fit to play and we won't see him in the matchday squad. That man just cannot be trusted. So it's a pretty difficult one. I'm not really sure on what to do with Gabriel. I will say though, I do have 2 free transfers, right? So I could use one of them to take out Mikalenko and bring in Colwill, and I could also use my second free transfer to move from Gabriel to maybe Saliba, for example. So yeah, it's something I'm going to pay close attention to, but at the moment I just think I'll probably keep Gabriel, but it is beginning to annoy me because Arteta is just so unreliable for information. But yeah, look, that's enough on that. Yeah, we also do have 8 Nuri up against Ipswich at home, which is a really nice fixture on paper. I think, look, 8 Nuri, I say this all the time, right? Wolves defensively are shocking. I think we all know this, and it's the reason why I did captain Jarrod Bowen. So I'm not really expecting a clean sheet. As I always say, I'm only expecting them attacking returns, baby. It's as simple as that, man. 8 Nuri is an advanced type kind of player, and he will get into those attacking positions to get you goals and assists. So hopefully he can do that against Ipswich at home. And then we also do have Levi Colwill, assuming I do bring him in. I think Brentford at home is a really nice fixture on paper. Obviously, Brentford do have the players to score goals against Chelsea, no doubt about it, but their away record is pretty poor this season. And yes, I know they've played sort of almost like the best possible teams they could play away from home, but Chelsea is also one of the best teams in the Premier League right now at the moment. And I do expect Chelsea to win this game. I do expect them to score a lot of goals, and I do expect them to just control the game in general, and hopefully get that clean sheet. But I am aware that Brentford do have players like Wissa, like Mbomo, that can hurt you and can get you goals. Also, Kevin Schade is in pretty decent form right now. So, look, it's a good fixture on paper, but Brentford do have the players to score a couple goals. So let's just see what happens. But all in all, I think, you know, bringing in Levi Colwill this week isn't a bad idea at all. And I'm pretty happy with him overall. So yeah, that is my defense for Game Week 16. Now let's move on into the midfield. So we do have Bukayo Saka, Mohamed Salah, Cole Palmer, and Jarrod Bowen. And as you guys can see, currently I do have the captaincy on Cole Palmer, but that could change. That could change, and you guys will have to tune into the deadline stream to see if it does change. But as of now, I think Cole Palmer's the man for the captain this week, man. I think Brentford, as I said, their away record is just so bad, right? It's absolutely shocking. And they do concede a lot of goals, right? Brentford's defense is one of the worst in the Premier League this season, right? I really do think it is. And yeah, for me, I just think Chelsea can score a lot of goals. You know, Chelsea going forward as well. I talked about this yesterday in my transfer talks video, right? Chelsea going forward are one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Premier League. You know, I think they've scored the most goals along with Spurs. Their expected goals from open play is really good. The best in the league, in fact, their expected goals from open play. So there's a lot of positive signs there with Chelsea and their attack. And yeah, they just score a lot of goals. So yeah, for me, I really do fancy Cole Palmer captain this week, given the fact that Chelsea going forward are one of the best in the league, and Brentford defensively away from home are one of the worst in the league. So it's just a complete mismatch, really. So yeah, it makes sense for me to captain Cole Palmer, in my opinion. Of course, I do have right now Bukayo Saka as the vice captain. That would probably change, but look, I think Everton at home again is a really nice fixture. As I said, I do expect Arsenal to win pretty convincingly, pretty comfortably against that Everton team. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Now Mohamed Salah, again, he's just got another goal in the Champions League, albeit it was a penalty. But yeah, I think, look, Liverpool are just, you know, the best team in the league, hands down. But I think Fulham at home, it's a good fixture, especially because it's at home. However, I just think that Fulham defense, even though they do concede in most games, they still do, like, Fulham are a funny one. They do concede in most games and they don't get a lot of clean sheets, but I will say defensively they are pretty solid. And I think I'd rather bet against the Brentford defense as opposed to betting against the Fulham defense. I think Fulham defensively are certainly a lot better than Brentford this season, which is part of the reason why I don't really want to captain Mohamed Salah this week. So yeah, I feel like I feel like it's pretty close between Salah and Palmer captaincy, but I feel like more people are going to go towards Salah just because it's Salah and he's the man in form right now, right? So yeah, I think on paper, Brentford at home is a much better fixture, and I think, yeah, that's probably why I'll be going for Palmer captain this week. But nonetheless, I think, look, Fulham, Liverpool, Fulham at home, I do expect them to win that game. So yeah, let's just see what happens there. And we do have Bowen as well, Bournemouth away from home. I think this is going to be Bowen's toughest game out of the next 3. I think Bournemouth are, again, pretty solid at the back and a really good team this season in the Premier League. I think Areola has Bournemouth playing really well this season. So I think it's going to be tricky for West Ham. It is going to be tricky for West Ham. I'm not expecting the most from Bowen in this specific game. But yeah, let's just see what he can do. You know, he managed to get 1 goal and 1 assist in the last game. Hopefully he can replicate that again this week. But all in all, I do think my team so far, as you guys can see, I think it looks pretty strong. We've got a lot of home games, and that's what I love about my team this week. Like, on paper, I feel like my team is quite solid, but I'm not going to lie, man. Even though my team looks solid on paper, it could just end up being one of the stinkiest weeks for me in FPL. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, when your team looks really, really good on paper, you end up having an absolute stinker. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. But, look, let's move on to the front three. We do have Danny Welbeck, Alexander Isak, and Jurgen Strand-Larsen. Again, all my front three players have home fixtures, which is really, really nice. Danny Welbeck has Crystal Palace at home. Isak has Leicester at home and Strand-Larsen, Ipswich at home. All I have to really say is that I'm expecting points from every single one of these players, right? Welbeck, Isak, and Strand-Larsen, you must deliver. It's as simple as that, because those fixtures on paper are so good. Ipswich are one of the worst defences in the Premier League. Leicester, even under Rude, are still one of the worst defences in the league. And Crystal Palace as well are really poor as a team in general. So again, Welbeck, Isak, and Strand-Larsen, I'm expecting the points. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I just think on paper those fixtures are so good. I will say though, I was actually thinking about captaining Alexander Isak against Leicester at home. And I still am considering it, even a bit more than Salah, because it's a massive differential captain. But I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk again. You know, I done it last week with Gerard Bowen. I don't think my heart can take that again. So I think I'm gonna go on the safer side with Cole Palmer because he's got a really good fixture. But yeah, I was also considering Alexander Isak. So yeah, maybe I will change my mind. Who knows? Let's just wait and see what happens. But look, on the bench we do have Fabianski. We got Smith Rowe against Liverpool away, Mazraoui against Man City away, and then Greaves against Wolves away. So yeah, that is how my team is looking at the moment for Game Week 16. It's looking pretty strong in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on my team down below in the comments. But with that being said, as I did promise you guys, I wanted to quickly talk to you guys now about the mystery chip, right? The mystery chip that has been revealed. So yeah, why don't we quickly talk about that? So look, as you guys can see, the mystery chip has been revealed, and I just wanted to give my quick short opinions and thoughts and feelings on that. Yeah, we do have the assistant manager chip. Now I've read it a couple times. At first it was a bit confusing, but I think I'm getting the sort of the hang of it now and sort of what this chip actually is. So as you guys can see, the wait is over. The mystery chip is the assistant manager chip, right? So yeah, as well as picking 15 players in your squad, you'll soon be able to pick up one of the Premier League's 20 managers to help you earn points. So essentially we're picking a manager and sort of supporting that team to win games, essentially, right? So that's what it is. So the chip will become playable from Game Week 24. So we can't play it until Game Week 24 in January. And when you activate it, you'll be able to choose an assistant manager for 3 successive game weeks. So this chip essentially lasts for 3 game weeks, right? So that's pretty interesting. So if you use it in a double game week, I guess you get an extra game, right, to earn points, which is pretty decent, to be fair. So your assistant manager will get you 6 points for each win, 3 for a draw, 2 for a clean sheet, and 1 point for every goal. So for example, they've said here, if Liverpool win 2-0, that would be worth 10 points. Obviously 6 points for the win, an extra 2 points, which is 8 points for the 2 goals that they score, and then another 2 points for the clean sheet. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then they've also said here, if you pick a manager who faces a club ranked at least 5 places higher in the league table at the start of the game week, there's a possibility of even greater rewards, an extra 10 points for a win, so 16 in total, or an additional 5 points for a draw, so 8 in total. So basically it's like a high risk, high reward type of thing. Do you go for like a lower placed club in the Premier League, like a Crystal Palace? So do you pick Oliver Glasner, who has a good set of fixtures that could be coming up against, I don't know, Brentford, Bournemouth and Brighton, and sort of take that gamble and go for the extra points? Or do you just play it safe by picking on slot with Liverpool, for example? That's sort of what I get from it. It's like a high risk versus high reward type of play. Now, all in all, I'm still not the biggest fan of this chip, and the reason for that is I just feel like it's a bit complicated. And part of the reason why I personally like FPL is simplicity. I don't know if you guys are the same. You guys can let me know down below in the comments. But for me, you know, yeah, the main reason why I like FPL is because it's just so simple. I feel like this is a bit complicated, a bit too complicated in my opinion. And I imagine like for the casual player as well, it's probably not going to be the most interesting chip because I feel like it requires a bit of extra thought, right? A bit of extra planning. Now, yeah, for me, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this chip. I'm not gonna lie. However, it is what it is. You know, I don't really mind. Like, I personally wouldn't have added it to the game, but look, it's here, so I just got to embrace it and just move forward with it, right? It's not really, you know, the worst thing in the world, but I personally wouldn't have added something like this because, as I said, I just think, yeah, the simplicity of FPL is what I like most about it, as opposed to like Champions League fantasy or like the Euros fantasy, for example. I just prefer it like as it is already, right? So in my opinion, I'm not really the biggest fan of this chip. However, I do feel like, you know, my thoughts and feelings aside, there are some massive points to be gained from this chip. I will say that, right? I feel like there are massive points to be gained from this chip. In terms of strategizing it, I'm not really going to talk on that now because I just haven't really thought about it much, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, from what I can get from it, I feel like my first sort of thoughts and feelings with this in terms of how I would want to play is, do you go for the safe option with Onslaught, for example? Or do you take a gamble like a route? Because I feel like someone like an Eddie Howe, even an Ange Postecoglou or Ruben Amorim could be decent options, and even Oliver Glasner with Palace, when they get a good set of fixtures, could be decent options because they'll be cheaper. These managers will cost you less, and the potential for sort of extra points will be higher, right? Because if Manchester United play like a Brighton, for example, we could easily beat Man United. Could easily beat Brighton at home, for example. So if we come up against Brighton at home, or even Brentford, or Bournemouth, or Villa, Forest, any of these teams, I genuinely believe we could beat them, and then you could be, you know, getting that reward of the extra 10 points. So look, it's an interesting one to say the least. I don't want to waffle on for too long, right? I don't want this video to be too long. So yeah, that's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? I think this chip does have potential for serious points to be gained. I would say another downside, quickly before I do end the video, another downside of this chip, in my opinion, is the fact that the managers that you buy actually has to come out of your budget for your transfers. That's the only thing that annoys me. So it's going to come out of my budget from my team, right? So I would have to maybe, let's say Onslaught costs 1.5 million. I'd have to maybe downgrade a Mazraoui, downgrade an Aït-Nouri, or downgrade Mikalenko to free up the funds to get Onslaught. And I'm just not sure if I like that too much. But look, it is what it is. Let's just wait and see what happens. All in all, yeah, all I can really say is just let me know your thoughts and feelings down below of what you think of this chip. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope this video wasn't too long because we did ramble slightly towards the end. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'm going to end it here. Smash a like if you did enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a comment on if you want me to carry on doing those FPL live watch-alongs. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on post notifications and all that good stuff. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the deadline stream. But until then, I'm out. Peace.